Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors Trade. The Golden State Warriors have officially rocked the NBA landscape. Just when it seemed like the off-season was slowing down, the front office pulled the trigger on a blockbuster trade that has sent shockwaves throughout the league. This isn't just your average roster tweak. This is the kind of earth-shaking, league-altering move that instantly shifts the balance of power. They're Warriors, a franchise known for its dynastic runs and bold decisions, just made another one, and NBA fans everywhere are either rejoicing or reeling in disbelief. Multiple sources have confirmed that the Golden State Warriors have finalized a massive trade that has brought a true superstar to the Bay Area while parting ways with key pieces of their current roster. This move signals that the Warriors are not content with simply being a playoff team. They're gunning for another championship and doing whatever it takes to maximize Stephen Curry's remaining prime years. And let's be honest, if there's one franchise that knows how to build a winner around a generational talent, it's this one. Details of the trade are still coming in, but here's what we know. Their Warriors have landed a top-tier all-star caliber player. Someone who can not only put up numbers but also take pressure off of Curry, provide elite-level defense, and shift the team's offensive identity in a major way. In return, Golden State has packaged a deal that includes young talent, future picks, and veterans who were key parts of their previous championship runs. The front office had clearly reached a crossroads, and instead of waiting to see how things played out, they made a bold, calculated decision. They went all in. This is more than just a headline-grabbing move. It's a strategic recalibration. For months now, there's been speculation that the Warriors might be preparing for a seismic shift. Between the aging core of Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, and the development of young players like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, the team was walking a tightrope. It was clear they couldn't do both: build for the future and compete for titles. Something had to give. And now with this trade, they've made their choice loud and clear. League insiders are calling this one of the most aggressive mid-off-season trades in recent memory. Not only because of who the Warriors acquired, but because of what it signals about their intentions. They're not waiting around for the West to settle down. They're not afraid of the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, or even the rising threats from teams like the Thunder. Their Warriors believe their window is still wide open, and they're determined to keep it that way. What makes this deal even more fascinating is the player the Warriors acquired, someone who has been linked to trade rumors for months. Someone who had publicly expressed frustration with his previous situation, and someone who's been yearning for a real shot at a title. He's getting that now. Sources close to the player say he's thrilled to be joining a franchise like Golden State, where the culture is built on winning, trust, and unselfish basketball. In fact, early reports suggest he's already reached out to Steve Curry and is eager to get to work. That chemistry could be the X factor, and fans are responding. Within minutes of the trade being announced, Warriors' social media exploded. Fans were quick to welcome the new star, reminisce about the outgoing players, and express cautious optimism. Yes, there's some sadness about who the team had to give up because this wasn't an easy deal to make. But the overwhelming sentiment is clear. Their Warriors just got better, much better. From a basketball standpoint, the move makes all kinds of sense. Last season, their Warriors struggled with consistency. While Curry was brilliant as always, the supporting cast often failed to deliver in big moments. Klay Thompson showed flashes, but also had stretches where his shot abandoned him. Draymond Green was still a defensive mastermind, but his availability and off-court controversies created distractions. The young players were promising but raw. And so the team often looked like it was stuck between two timelines, neither fully committed to the present nor the future. This trade changes that the player they acquired is in his prime, hungry and ready to win. Now he's a two-way threat capable of guarding multiple positions. And he gives Steve Kerr another versatile weapon to throw at opposing defenses. More importantly, he eases the offensive burden on Curry. No longer will Steve have to carry the load every single night. He'll have a legitimate co-star who can take over games, draw double teams, and create mismatches all over the floor. And don't underestimate the emotional impact of this move. Their Warriors are sending a message to their locker room, to their fans, and to the entire league. We're not done. We still believe in this core. We still believe in our championship DNA, and we're willing to sacrifice the future if it means winning now. That's a powerful statement, especially in today's NBA where so many teams are afraid to take risks. Of course, there are risks. Every trade comes with them. Chemistry is never guaranteed. The fit, while promising on paper, still has to translate on the court. There will be growing pains, no doubt. And giving up young assets and future picks could come back to haunt them years down the road. But that's the price of doing business at the highest level. That's the cost of chasing greatness. The front office, led by Mike Dunleavy Jr., knew that running it back with the same roster wasn't going to be enough. They saw the writing on the wall, and instead of settling for mediocrity, they made a power move. And now the rest of the NBA is on notice. As for the Warriors, the focus now shifts to training camp and integrating the new star into the system. Steve Kerr has already expressed confidence that the transition will be smooth. He believes this player is exactly what the team needed, someone who brings edge, fire, and relentless competitiveness. And with Curry, Green, and Looney still anchoring the roster, there's plenty of veteran leadership to ease the transition. There's also buzz about the Warriors not being done yet. Multiple insiders are suggesting that another move could be on the horizon. With this blockbuster deal now complete, Golden State still has room to maneuver. They could look to shore up the bench, add another shooter, or even explore a smaller trade to balance the roster. One source said, "Don't rule anything out." Their Warriors are in win-now mode. The entire NBA landscape feels different today. One moment, the Warriors were seen as a team stuck in the middle. The next, they've catapulted themselves right back into the contender conversation. And they've done it the only way they know how. With boldness, precision, and that unmistakable Warriors swagger. For Stephen Curry, this is a dream scenario. He finally has another elite player next to him who can help shoulder the responsibility and keep the championship window open. For Steve Kerr, it's a fresh challenge, a new puzzle to solve. And for Dub Nation, it's a surge of hope. The kind of hope that only comes from knowing your team is going for it. The dust hasn't even settled yet, but one thing is clear. Their Warriors just changed everything. And as the rest of the league scrambles to catch up, Golden State is back in the driver's seat, louder, bolder, and hungrier than ever.